Thanks for joining me at American Rib Race Hardware. Again, I'm Danny, barbecue manager here. Today we got the Green Egg. It's our demo unit, and it's a adequate size. There are, of course, much bigger. This is the large, and it's set up with what I would say should be your basic package of what you would pretty much want in your egg, as far as the 5-piece cooking system. Because you got cooking area from the top to the bottom, and I also have the charcoal basket in here, so that when I am done using it here at the store, I can remove this basket and cool this unit down much quicker than I'd be able to without it. And that allows me to store it back in the store when I'm done with it and not have to worry about it all night, even all closed off. The efficiency of a green egg is so good that I'll shut it down from cooking at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and at 8 o'clock in the evening, it's still 300, 275. And so now with that basket, I can remove it and not have to worry about that the rest of the night. So right now we're gonna go ahead and fire it up. I've removed the bottom section grates. The nice thing about this 5-tier system is you have this top smaller panel, because again, your lid's coming up here, so it's you can't use a larger one than that. And so what we're gonna do is this thing slides back and it has hooks on it, so it won't fall. So if you have your food on there and you need to get down to the bottom grate area, this will just slide out of your way. And we're gonna throw a couple pieces of these SpeediLight starters in here. And just get in a few different spots here. Good. Get them burning pretty good, and throw a couple little chunks around them, but don't want to suffocate it. Go ahead and put my grates back in here. And that's how we're looking right there. I have the bottom opened up here all the way. We got the top opened up all the way. And right now we are very cold. So we let this thing heat up and get it to 300-400 degrees, and we'll come back and look at it then. So while this thing is heating up, I'm going to go over some of these basic accessories that I would recommend for your package deal. And I'm going to start with the nest. This one is boxed tubing, welded everywhere, very solid, nothing to come loose, no nuts and bolts at every point like their original cart. And this is called the handler. So on the back here, you have a handle that's connected to the stand. So if you're moving this thing around, this makes it dramatically easier if you're ever moving it around, especially if you're gonna load it up in any kind of trailer and take it anywhere. The original carts are prone to, if you're moving them around, the screws coming loose just from the weight of the unit pushing it around. So make sure you're always tightening those up, and good luck with that one. I'll go with the handler from now on 100% of the time. And next we got here the tables. They have a composite table, and these are the acacia wood tables. The composite tables are a little more plain, darker brown, and they're plastic. This acacia wood is beautiful wood. You will have to maintain it, but that's easy enough, and it's not very often, so it's not a big deal, I'd say. They fold down to store out of the way, and they have these hooks right here, you'll see, on both sides to hold your accessories. And so right now I have my grill gripper, so when the grates are hot, you can move stuff out of the way. And your ash tool, of course, for when you're done pulling the ash out. Which is a couple more accessories that you should have in your starter pack if you're gonna use them. And most of the package deals that you're gonna find will have those included, and a lot of times with the convector as well. You're gonna have options for the cart, but the handler is by far the one I would go with. You will be much happier with it in the future in just about any setting that you have it, unless you're gonna go to a build-in or one of our table units, which there's a few different options for that. The next handy little device here is a storage rack that goes on the handler. And this, I've had it actually pretty filled up with some units and accessories, but you can store your stuff out there, and it's out of the way. You don't have to find more cabinet space. And again, many different configurations, and that's up to you, and I'll be happy to show you the options and build one for you. It'd be great. Of course, free delivery assembly. So don't buy the 2XL because that's really heavy. Yeah, we'll still do it. I'll just get somebody else to do it. So we got our unit here settled at 250, pretty even. In reference, this is how much the top's open, just about 3/4 of an inch, half inch. And down here at the bottom, I got a gap about an inch. And in today's weather, with that charcoal I'm using, it's giving me 250 degrees, which is perfect for just about any kind of beef you'll be cooking. And then right now, I got some hickory chunks. And now is when I'm going to want to throw those in. And then I'm going to throw some of these chunks around here. Get some hickory flavor in there. Before we throw on our possible tri-tip. Let that settle back down. It might go up a little bit. We're going up. We'll just close it off a little bit to tone it down, and then you'll be able to get it down. As long as it doesn't stay at a high temp too long, it'll come back down. If it stays at a high temp too long, or a higher temp than you desire, the ceramics will hold that temp, so it'll take longer to cool down. So you want to try to get that temperature back to where you want it as quick as you can, so it doesn't hold that temp in there. If it's just the air temperature, that'll cool down. The egg's still set at 250 from what it was before I opened it, so it's going to want to go back to close to that. So that's how I'm going to prep for my tri-tip, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.